Like again, Canada has passed, but better late than never. So today will be a review of the Canadian 1986 remake, The Fly, which is widely regarded as the best Canadian science fiction film ever made. And I've only seen parts of The Fly from the 1950s, but I'm comfortable to say that The Fly from 1986, which is the better known film, is better. It stars Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis, and John Getz, and everyone that really knows Jeff Goldblum, that they like. He's sort of one of those actors where like you can always place his face with things, you can place his name, but people always like to, I don't know, I guess like make fun of him or whatever. But he's actually quite good in this. He's good in this, The Big Chill, and the Jurassic Park films. Especially in this, he's quite good in this. He plays this scientist named Seth, who's going with this huge breakthrough in technology. It's basically like you go into this pod, and it can transport you to another pod without even leaving the previous one. And if you it's like just imagine you're in this pod, and you can go like across the country in like just a couple of seconds just by doing some crazy computer stuff. Gina Davis plays this journalist with some love problems of her own, and she really wants to. She has this story that she really badly wants to tell, but Seth is. He's trying to make, because computers aren't really smart, right? He's really trying his best to make the computer stuff really click, really work well. And one day, he tests it on himself. Like, of course, he can do inanimate objects, being transported from point A to point B. But he really wants to transport living things. So when he transports himself, there's one little tiny bit of a mistake that gets made. That tiny bit of a mistake is happens to be a tiny little fly that just happens to get in the pod. And as I said, computers aren't smart, so the computer ends up splicing them both together, and that leads Seth to become a gigantic living human fly. Sounds pretty cool, right? Well, some people might say it sounds kind of cool, some people might not. So when the movie goes on, people have really noted the love story that happens between Gina Davis and Jeff Goldblum. It's good, but it's not like super great. And when Seth slowly morphs into the giant human fly, the makeup in this is it's amazing. This is the same year as Aliens, and I don't think that the movie that The Fly does, that the makeup in this is quite as good as Aliens, just because there's just so many more aliens in the James Cameron film than there are in this. I don't want to take anything away from The Fly, because The Fly does have such good effects to it, and it's all practical effects as opposed to really poorly done computer effects that were that were just starting to get off the ground at the time. And if they were to remake The Fly now, it would like pretty much all be computer effects. But the year was 1986, and the practical effects that are used, very, very well done. Yeah, this is quite a good film. I don't think that it's like one of the best Canadian films ever, just because when you look at other films like Trailer Park Boys films and Room, which is my personal favorite, The Fly isn't quite up to that caliber. But you know what? Whatever. I still like this. I'm gonna give it 3 stars out of 4. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And I'll definitely be posting more things in the next couple of days. Have a good day, folks.